We are back, and we have a choice to make. Do we stay true to Chelsea, find Taylor untrustworthy, or do we go with Taylor? And I'm sure this has something to do with endings in the game, because I'm pretty sure there's more than one, because there's always more than one in the last however many games I've played. So, I feel like this game, though, I will actually go back. Unless for some reason the endings are tied behind convoluted things. It doesn't seem like that this time. It seems like a lot of things are just choice based, where before the systems was like, oh, you gotta be super good or super bad. And this seems more like you just pick what you want. So I may go back and get the other endings anyway. You know what? We're gonna do it.
Well, I think it's time for the big sleepover. I'll make popcorn.
And I'll pitch the tent.
Yeah.
6 hours later, the rain was finally letting up. Somebody once said, you can't change the past, only the course you're on. And that's what I intend to do. It's time for me to take my ship in a new direction. Being with Taylor last night felt comfortable. She accepted me as I am. Maybe I had to accept myself in the same way. Still, I know I'm in the middle of something sinister, and I've got to deal with it. I've got to find a way to get my recent memory back. Then I can go forward and start a new day. As Taylor was leaving, she slips me a key to a place called the Resort, and said it might provide some insights about myself over the last few years. She wasn't kidding.
What I could do, technically, if I wanted to, is do both routes side by side and then put in the differences. Like, so we saw what just happened if we did this. Now we can see what happens if I pick the other choice. So yeah, let me save this real quick. Give me a second. And we're back at the choice. And this time we're going to pick this one.
I'm sorry, Taylor, but I love Chelsea, and I never even got the chance to tell her. And if there's any chance that I can find her, I've got to do it. I hope you'd understand.
I don't understand, Tex. Why can't you let this go? It's crazy. That room you have across the hall with all our stuff is like some sick Chelsea shrine. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I'm gonna go.
6 hours later, the rain was finally letting up. Last night felt like a blindside punch to the face. I didn't think having Taylor walking out of my office could be so painful. There's just something reassuring and comfortable about her, but I've got way too many questions, yearnings, and guilt not to find out what happened to Chelsea. Even if it kills me, I've got to know. There's something darker than the night I'm dealing with, and it hinges on what happened that evening 7 years ago with her.
Interesting.
As Taylor leaves, she hands me the key to a room at the Ritz. She calls the Chelsea Shrine Room.
Interesting. It did not put me in the other place, whatever that was. I'm assuming that was Tex's other apartment thing.
According to Taylor, this opens a room here at the Ritz that has some of Chelsea's belongings.
So, I wonder if we get that anyway. Man, now I'm a little interested in which one to go with. Which one to play through. But we're going to check out that room. Let me go ahead and make a save real quick, because I'm going to run the saves like side by side. Kind of, I guess. And, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Well, let's just run with, this. Chelsea's right now, and we'll see if it leads somewhere different.
Looks like Archie's back in town. I should check out his 3 Cards to Midnight shop and see if he knows anything.
Huh. Drop by there. Okay.
Looks like Archie's back in town.
So, he said across the hall. Is it this door that...
Well, that was stupid.
So it's actually out... So it's... actually outside and... up here? Because there's...
Yeah, needs a key.
Yep, that's the door. That was the door, yeah, that said it needed a key. Oh. Oh. Okay.
I remember this thing was $14.99. Man, I spent an entire 3 months' salary on a ring for Chelsee. Chelsee loved to go to Arizona. I'd like to think I was the only thing keeping her here on Chandler Avenue. It's Chelsea's business card for her newsstand. I didn't have the heart to tell her that print is dead. Yeah, I remember how much Chelsee wanted to go to the Fuchsia Flamingo that night. A reminder of the best and worst night of my life. It's funny how fashion cycles circle around. I'm here to ask you out for dinner, and I'm not taking no for an answer.
What, like a date?
No, it'd be more like 2 friends having a great meal and maybe some stimulating conversation.
I guess that'd be okay. I mean, yeah, that'd be all right.
So what are you in the mood for? You know, I heard Weenie World put tater tots on the menu.
I've got a better idea. Why don't you let me make you dinner at my place? It's cheaper than going out. And besides, I have something I'd like to talk to you about. Let's say 8 o'clock?
Well, you talked me into it, Miss Bando.
Oh, I feel so spoiled.
By the way, what should I bring, red or white?
You better bring both.
And then he ended up getting beat over the head and slept through it. So yeah, he does have a little shrine. It's a little creepy.
It's a picture of me and my would-be girlfriend Chelsee Bando. I've got a gut feeling she's out there. Chelsee always looked great in hats. These are all Chelsea's belongings. When the police closed her case, I must have picked up these items from her apartment.
So that's a little on the creepy side. So we don't get to... Huh. I wonder if we still end up going to that place. Well, he did say that Archie's back, so let's go ahead and talk to Archie. Maybe he's got something for us.
Archie Ellis is my herbal tea-loving, source for all things alien, supernatural, conspiracy theorist. Or he's just plain crazy. He ran into some trouble with the NSA on my last case. Last I knew, he was hiding out in some tropical locale with a bevy of beauties. I'm surprised he's back in town.
Hey, Murphy, how you doing? You okay? I heard you were having some kind of amnesia. You know, most alien abductees always have some sort of memory loss.
I love how it's supposed to be like 7 years, and everybody's aged way more than 7 years. Because actually, between the last games and then this one's been like 16 years. So everybody just looks way older than they're supposed to be. Yeah. Let's go with this one.
Are you still into that alien thing, Archie? I mean, isn't that just a little passé?
The truth never goes out of style, my friend. Now, I heard something about an injection and a head wound. Yowza! You really...
Back off, man, because I swear I will shoot the next person who tries to touch this, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry. Ouch. Ooh. So, I guess you do need some catching up then. A few months ago, I moved back here from the islands and I opened up this place. And I was hoping that you and I could hang out together like old times, but you haven't been around much.
Yeah. So, did I happen to tell you anything about the case I'm working on?
Not yet, but you know I'm always ready to be Robin to your Batman. Without the homoerotic undertones, of course.
Sorry, Arch, but it's a package deal. If you're gonna be in this with me, you're gonna have to be in all the way.
You had me going there, Murph.
Okay, Boy Wonder, I need you to enter 2 names into the Bat computer. Mason Bowers, Margaret Leonard.
Well, I don't know about Mason Bowers, but Margaret Leonard, she's connected to one of the greatest mysteries of all time. I mean, you know who Nikola Tesla was, right?
Nikola. The cough drop?
Nikola Tesla was a genius. Probably one of the greatest geniuses ever. I mean, it was Tesla, not Marconi, who was the true inventor of the radio. He invented a Tesla coil, the AC electricity, remote control. He even pioneered cryogenics.
So are we almost to the part about Margaret Leonard?
Right. Well, Tesla died in 1943 when the FBI just swooped in and confiscated all his papers and designs. Then in about 2012, all this stuff, the Tesla cash just disappeared. And you want to know who the #1 suspect was?
Margaret Leonard.
No, an FBI agent named Charles Johansson. Now, I know they could never prove that he did it, but then he quits the FBI and joins some Tesla fanatic group called the Tesla Legacy Society, a group dedicated to making the world better through technology. And that's where he meets...
Margaret Leonard?
Bingo! They fall in love, they get married. I think they even had a kid together.
So where's Margaret now?
Not a clue. Johansson died a couple years later, cancer, I think. After that, Margaret just dropped out of circulation.
So all this happened, what, 37 years ago. I mean, no one's found the Tesla cache since then?
It's one of the great mysteries, the lost inventions of Nikola Tesla.
What's the big deal with the Tesla inventions? I mean, there must be some reason they were never made.
Oh, you ever hear of a little thing called Tunguska?
Have I ever? Picked up a bad case when I was down in Mexico. It's where I learned the phrase, Baños, rapidos, ándale muchachos, vámonos!
Oh, Murph, you're too funny. You know, in 1890s, Tesla conducted an experiment and created a resonance frequency. You know, like a big vibration, and it nearly took out a whole chunk of New York City. And then in the 1900s, he began to work on what he called a teleforce beam. The press called it, a death ray, cooler name. But a few years later in Russia, remote area called Tunguska, something caused an explosion 1,000 times greater than the atomic bomb.
1,000 times greater than the atomic bomb 40 years before we invented it?
But that was the last anyone ever heard of the death ray. Tesla never got funding. Instead, they made him out to be some crackpot, and he was broke for the rest of his life. Some people think the plans for it were part of the Tesla cash. Just think how much someone would pay to get their hands on that.
Oh, well, there's so much to talk about. There's so much here. Okay. He knows about the freeze gun. Okay. Okay.
And I'll never forget what you did tipping me off before that whack job NSA guy could get me.
Oh, so that's canon. Nice.
Seems nice.
What about yourself, Archie?
You know me, Murph. Always up for an adventure. As long as I don't have to go anywhere. You like my shop? Kind of like my old one, the Cosmic Connection. But I had to change the name in case, you know, the NSA and all that.
Yeah, you don't want him trying to kill you.
I eat at the brew and stew all the time.
Okay.
I actually wouldn't mind forgetting a few years of my own life, mostly my teenage years. Yeah. Oh, that's the Hollow Babe at the Golden Gate. Yeah, Mojo is warm for her form, or lack thereof, as it were.
What is the face?
He's not very friendly, is he?
No, and the smell of barbecue makes his stomach churn.
My little buddy Mojo works over there. We hang out a lot, but I can't stay there too long. Something makes my eyeballs burn. Gosh, you'd think a sidekick would be a little more helpful, huh?
I like how he's just like this now, this sidekick person.
Don't know about that.
But yet I still had to ask you. Fair enough. Alright, we have a lot of things to talk about now.
Donnelly's kind of a mysterious character. He was a private detective Tesla may have hired not long before he died. There's a mention of it in one of Tesla's letters. You know, both aliens and ghosts can communicate through their dreams. It's a proven fact.
Wait, what?
I've been checking my sources, but no one's heard a thing about her in years. He died like 40 years ago and either left the Tesla cash with Margaret Leonard or somebody else, or he took it to the grave. The Tesla cash is right up there for me. Oh, and the death ray? Well, the name says it all, doesn't it?
Oh, I thought we were going to learn something.
As I leave, Archie hands me an old photograph of Margaret Leonard. Maybe someone else on Chandler will recognize her from the picture.
Maybe we got a lot of looking around we can do. Huh. I wonder if the paths are going to converge at some point, or next episode should I play the other save and go through that, and well, no. We'll see if they start converging at some point. I don't know. I kind of hope they do. That'd be kind of interesting. Or maybe not. That'd be even more interesting. So we need to talk to people up and down through here. That's still open. Rook's is closed now. Probably have to talk to Louie. Yeah, probably gonna have to talk to Louie. Just checking how much time I had left. Alright, so let's go. Let's see what he gave us.
I wonder if anyone else on Chandler Avenue has seen Margaret Leonard.
I would say it's either Louie, her, or the guy in there.
More questions? Why you gotta keep coming back with more questions?
Why not?
I remember her. Sweet little old lady. Used to see her around the neighborhood years ago. Don't remember the last time I saw her.
Oh no, Tex killed her. Oh no. It's all coming out in the open. Let's talk to Mojo.
Still can't believe I'm working with the one and only Tex Murphy. What can I do for you, sir?
That's right. Respect.
That's the witch. At least that's what I call her. A couple times I've seen this old lady sneaking around the neighborhood.
The witch. Okay, let's go. Wait, can we talk to these guys now? Nope, they're still not there. Fair enough.
Hey, Tex. How's your case progressing?
I don't know yet. We're figuring it out.
Sorry, I don't know a lot of people, except the ones that come in here.
So she doesn't frequent this place. Fair enough. Louis, you're my last source. You must tell me who she is, so we know where to go next. Because I don't think there's anybody else to talk to. Unless all of a sudden, Clint's back.
I think everybody's pretty happy that you're back to your old self. Except Rook. That ornery old cuss. No pleasing him, I guess. How are things going for you?
You know, grand.
I know you was having bad dreams way back when. But I didn't hear nothing else about him after, you know, the thing with Chelsee happened. Oh, I know this little lady. Haven't seen her around in quite a while, but she used to come in pretty regular. I think she lived at the Ritz, at least for a time. She and Chelsee were real friendly. Pretty sure her name wasn't Margaret Leonard, though. At least that ain't the name she told me.
Huh. Why wouldn't Tex have... Like, Tex has lived here forever. Why would he not have known that? So I'm assuming Clint has to be around now. Yeah.
If you were looking for me earlier, I wasn't here.
Counter with the obvious.
Yeah, I'm a PI, so I figured that one out already. Now that you're back, I wonder if you could help me out with something. You recognize the woman in this photo?
Oh, nice. I think I saw her in a playbook from 1996. Is this your girlfriend?
Gross.
Well now, if she were my girlfriend, I wouldn't be trying to figure out who she was now, would I? Sheesh.
I'm just kidding about this woman being your girlfriend. She's actually mine. No, I'm kidding again. This is Margaret Leonard. She's had a room here at the Ritz forever. She used to live here, but I haven't seen her in years. So, she may not be here anymore, but she auto-pays her rent. So it's all good.
Any chance you can get me into her apartment?
Not a chance in hell. I let her install her own security system, just like you, except hers is a real one. I can't tell you which apartment it is, but you won't get in without a passcode or a personal invitation. Maybe I could try to help you with something else.
So that's the other room up there, is the, where it says Leonard. So I'm going to need a passcode to get into there. Don't know how to get it, though.
Can't help you with that.
Yeah, no freeze gun. Got it.
All I know about her is she's got a room here. I hardly ever see her, so I don't know when she's here and when she isn't. I'll bet she was something back in the day. Way back in the day.
Uh-huh. So... She's the one that's up here over here, but now there's that handprint still.
Uh-oh. That doesn't look good. Needs a key.
So, how... Maybe the electronics guy will actually have something for me. Maybe. Oh, no, Rook does. It's open. Obviously, I know where I go next because it's open.
I've been thinking, Murphy, perhaps I should confide something to you.
Oh, this should be good.
You believe Maldonado is spying on you, but it could have been someone else.
Not Margaret Leonard by any chance.
How did you know?
Do the words P.I. mean anything to you?
Margaret may be in grave danger. I've tried to contact her, but to no avail.
Gosh, if only we knew someone with some detective skills. Do you know how to get into her apartment?
No, but she may have left a clue. Some time ago, she left this in my care. It's for you.
For me?
She wanted you to have it in case anything happened.
Why?
I met Margaret years ago. She was a woman of secrets. I met Margaret years ago.
He says the same thing for both choices.
I have an interest in Tesla collectibles, so yes, I've heard of it. And no, I don't know where you could find it.
Fair enough. I didn't think you did. I just wanted the points. So I'm assuming this is going to be a code. Oh. This is I didn't mean to do that. Okay, so what was right, so I need to figure it because this is once I figure this out, that's going to open up this, which is going to have the key to her apartment. So um uh is this more maths? Um Okay. Right, so I need to figure out that. Is this more adding? Do I need to like add these up and figure out what number's missing between all these? Like there's 9, 2, 3, that's 11, 4, 1, 2. That's 7. That's 10. That's 9. So what could these all equal up to? Kind of a thing. We will find out next time, though. Do I hit this? We will figure that out next time, though, when we come back And I'll get in that, and then I'll get in here, and then I'll figure out if the paths converge, and if not, I'll figure out if we're going to do it side by side, or how this is all going to work. So it'll be interesting. But till then, you all take care, and of course, have a good one.